Most people in life don't grow. They get into relationships, they settle, and they just take what life can give them. But here's how I thought about my journey in terms of getting good with women and my journey in terms of growing as a person and growing as a couple. How to make it fulfilling, sustainable, fun. The footage that you're about to see is from a private session with a client. I've edited all the client confidential stuff out. All you're gonna see is my interpretation of relationships in this video. Okay, enjoy. I have woken up next to a girl who you look at her and her face is like a goddess, like physically flawless, right? And she's like model-esque, like laying there and just like against the sunlight. It's like, I'll never forget that image. But at the same time, I've also woken up next to her and it felt totally empty inside. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that I took the journey to learn how to like get the best girl that I can get. And I had that experience. And I would say I overstayed that phase of my life to a point where I was spiritually empty. Because I had that experience, I know that I don't have any urge now. If I see a hot girl, it literally does nothing for me because I've already, in my mind, for my personal desires, I've already tasted the fruit. So I don't need to know what it tastes like anymore. A great relationship is as a relationship that grows. Every day I love him more and more. Like very rarely, but you'll find people that say that every day I love her more and more. I love him more and more. And it grows deeper. And that's like the way the tree grows roots, right? It's like you can't replicate that with just anybody. That's something you can grow, but you need to be with the same person. Like my parents who've been married for 40 years, right? So that's the level of love. I think that is like another. That's like, oh, I'm gonna take pickup to the next level, bro. I'm gonna get the best chick. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But you can also grow the roots, right? You can grow the leaves and you can grow the roots. The roots are like, I built something with the same person, and our connection is so deep now, over 10 years, 5 years, 20 years.
Mm.
And that's work too, but that's like a beauty and that's a work of art as well, in addition to pickup artistry. So as a young man, I do think that it's important that's why I'm doing this work, right? Like I want to impart to you and everyone else the ability to do this. And then once you have this ability, you can make your own decision as to what you want. But when you don't have this ability, what do guys do? They get angry, they get sad, they get red pilled, they get into 40 virgins waiting for them. It's a very unhealthy, like, some crazy shit happens when guys can't get laid, right? So it's important to get the skill set out there. Don't, like alcohol, like anything else, don't overindulge, right? Like get the experience and find out what that means for you. And I think that's a lot healthier than having a guy who like meets his first girl, gets married, and it doesn't work out 20 years down the road. I see clients like that all the time. How do I become the exception to the rule? Well, let me learn proper game. Let me learn proper relationship skills. And let me pick the best person for me. Because if I pick the best person for me, I'm also the best person for them. Because I did the qualification. I took the lead in making sure that we would work out, and I have a skill set to grow that. And so the power is not in your hands as opposed to, oh, I got divorced 20 years. We got 2 kids. I don't know why. I have no idea what she's thinking. You want to avoid those situations. Even though they might hate their spouse or whatever, ex-spouse, but they never, most of the time they're like, I'm grateful for the kid.